believing, believe me. One more.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh and this is my radio voice. Just kidding. Thanks for coming. Join me today, everybody. It's Monday. It's another day. I've got a story time for you. Plus, we're going to go down the Rosalind video everybody's been asking me to cover about the Jesssfam situation. Another person in Jesssfam's circumference that gets shit on because of the choices that she makes with Jesssfam. Jesssfam is just, Jesssfam is a lot of things, and one of those things is a very bad influence. Anybody who seems to enter Jesssfam's circle always leaves in a worse off situation than they started from. That's got to tell you something. That's got to tell you that the problem is Jesssfam and bad decision making too. So let's talk about it. Rosalind is a person who was in Jesssfam's life, and apparently she answers some Q&As, and so let's go through it. Upon editing, I'm realizing the wrong format. Please forgive me and hope you'll find it. Yeah, she did. She edited this shit in 480p. I'm not kidding you. 480 is the highest res I could download this in. And it's, again, Doherty Dozen style formatting.
Yo. It's been so long since I picked up this camera.
So why did you pick it up in your kid's room? Is there a kid up there in her bunk bed?
And actually started vlogging.
Is that a hand? Is that a hand?
Don't get me wrong. I have content that I have already created. I just haven't edited it. But I just kind of fell off the face of the earth because so much has happened.
Turn off your notifications.
In a good way.
So much has happened in a good way. Sorry, I missed that.
So let's just catch up. I already did a Q&A on Instagram a couple of days ago, actually several days ago, and I'm just now getting around to answering those questions. I took a screenshot of it because it's been so long. I took screenshots of it because, and this will give you an idea of like how kind of busy I've been.
Oh yeah, okay, anyway.
The story expired, so it's been past 24 hours, but...
And you know what? Every question is going to be about Jesssfam. This whole... It must suck for her, because Rosalind wants to be her own creator, right? I'm my own person! But at the same time, people are like, what happened to Jesssfam? Jesssfam. When your entire whole online persona is also about Jesssfam, and doesn't that speak volumes about who you're connected with? Is that people don't give a shit about you? They just care about what your connection is to Jesssfam and how it's shit the bed? That's all people care about? Isn't that crazy? Jesssfam must love that though, right? You're nothing without me. Shout out to my wife for buying me this. Because it gets cold down here in the winter because we're below the frost line. And the floor down here gets uber cold in the winter. So my wife bought me this squishy feet warmer thing. You put your feet in here and it vibrates and keeps them hot. My wife's not a very good gift giver. Like she's an amazing wife, right? Don't get me wrong. She's good, but she's just like, generally she missed the mark. This one, she killed it. She killed it. She knows it too. She flaunts it like, remember that thing I bought you at Christmas? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's awesome. And I'm like, it is awesome.
I made it a point to take a screenshot of all of the questions, and hopefully I'll cover as much as I can. Also, gotta share this with you guys.
What?
You might be wondering where I am while I'm sitting in Silas's bedroom on his bed because this dog of mine has found the sun. And I want to spend some time with him, but he's like in his favorite spot. So I'm...
What? That's stupid.
Sitting on the bed.
You spend time with him by answering questions on YouTube? That sounds like quality time with your pet. Hey, Goose.
So I don't want to inconvenience a puppy because
That's a beautiful dog, I'm not gonna lie. That's a nice dog.
He's living
It's a good doggo.
his best life here. So I gotta share that with you guys. I'll start off first things first. A lot of people are asking me if I got a new job. And the answer is yes, and that's funny because my coworker just texted me.
What was her job before? I think people were saying she worked at the church or something. I think I remember her saying that, like they're diehard churchgoers, and I was like, "Are you?" And then doing videos with Jesssfam, like where they're like, "Never have I ever," or the sign that said, have you had threesomes? Are you drunk? Have you done drugs and everything? She did drunken videos with Jess. I was like, "You work at a church?" Look. Who am I to say anything? Because I left the church, obviously, and I hate religion and everything, and I'm not a nice person to those who exploit children. I get that. I swear a lot. I can be crass. I'm a misogynist. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, Are you sure? I could never, if I'm doing the content I'm doing right now and I worked at a church, I would have been fired a long time ago.
That I'd start off with that. A lot of people are wondering what happened to my other job.
A lot? Are you sure it's a lot or like 3 or 4?
Complicated. And I want to be as vague as possible on purpose, only because Ryan still works there.
Is her husband a pastor?
And I still attend church there. So,
sorry, Rosalind, but that doesn't mean people are going to judge the shit out of you because they are. You know, you got fired for a reason because people were judging you, complaining to the pastor or the leadership about something you did online with Jesssfam likely, and that's what got you fired because they don't want to be connected to that, which is stupid because most people in churches are probably way worse than her, to be honest with you.
Let's see.
You know what you're going to say. Why are you being like this?
The best way that I can put it is that I was put on paid administrative leave for a little while.
While they did an investigation.
Which is a nice way of saying that, hey, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do based off of your actions. And while we figure out what we're going to do, we need you to just stay away from your place of employment. But not to worry, we're going to pay you still. So,
oh, churches. Oh. And this isn't, I'm not against Rosalind on this one. I'm for her on this one. Oh, churches. You know, we're just going to try to do the diplomatic thing instead of the loving Jesus thing. We're going to do the other thing. We're just going to fire you because f*** you. That's why. Because you did something some people had a problem with. And those people who are judging you, their sin is equal to yours. But they didn't know that. And I didn't tell them that because why would I say that? Because they need to pay their tithes. We need tithing cash. Okay? How do you think we pay for playgrounds and fucking $2 million sound systems? Do you think that shit just buys itself? No, we need people to tithe. And so those 10% who tithe most money to the church, the old people who complain the loudest, they're the ones, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep them happy because they're the ones paying the bills. And they don't like you, so we're firing you. Look, I know she probably did some shit that was probably wrong, but so does everybody else. Name me one person in ministry that doesn't sin. Next. They just didn't sin on video, I guess. So I'm with you there, Rosalind. Your church is a piece of shit.
So that is what happened with my job. So then after my paid administrative leave was up.
That sounds eerily like severance. But I think California is a no, whatever you call it, state where it's like they could just fire you for like, they don't like you. That's it. Can't do that shit here. But that's what it sounds like. They're just being nice. Here's some cash. It's basically a bribe. It's a Christian, it's a church way to bribe people. It is sick that churches can get away with what they get away with. Call them shits out, Rosalind.
I went back to work. We had a meeting and I was informed that my position was no longer available.
Giving flashbacks to my firing meeting. Rosalind being fired for church actually gave me an opportunity to do this because I normally never would because I don't want to give people attention who want the attention from me. But it's time to give Radiant Brit, the shiny ass clown, douchebag face, some attention she so desperately wants. A lot of my haters are going around and saying that I failed to report an essay at my church, okay? Which is absolutely a bullshit lie. Okay, I said in a video that there was an essay that or something like that happened at my church, and the church had a meeting with the staff and told the staff not to talk to the media about it. That's basically what happened. Any church would do this, and I was pissed because we're like, it's kind of being silenced to the world. Now, it wasn't silenced to the police or to the parents or to anybody else. It was reported. It wasn't on me to report it. Everybody's like, Josh is a mandated reporter. Nope. I'm a worship pastor, not a youth pastor. Let's see what Shitface has to say here for a second.
If it would be especially when it comes to Josh having a history in his church of not being forthright and not coming forward and telling, as a mandated reporter, he did not tell authorities about an alleged sexual that happened in his church. He knew about it. He was told to stay quiet, and he did, even though he was a mandated reporter. I've covered that, and many other people did as well. This is why it's a really big deal for him to come from that seat and now in current...
Oh my God, I can't listen to Shining. I can't listen to Collarbones. Everybody always sends me videos about Radio. Like, do you see this? I can't watch her. This is why. How do you effing watch this? Sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. No thanks, but anyway, that pissed me off. What she said there is an absolute bullshit lie. Okay, and I clarified this in a video. I might have said something that people got confused, and so I did a clarifying video about it. This is exactly what went down, and I guess I have to say it again because they're just going to keep running with the same lie. And so I have to keep saying it because this is a bullshit lie. And you can contact the church if you'd like yourself. Go for it. Okay? Something happened with a youth volunteer and some youth. I still to this day don't know what it was. It could have been an inappropriate hug, touching, anything. Could have been up to anything. We weren't told what it was. It happened. It was reported. The person was removed and charged by the police. So it was reported, assholes. What happened after, and this was like months after, we were brought in because it was going to probably come out. The parents were probably threatening the church with legal action and everything, which they should. They absolutely should. If your kid gets hurt in a church, sue the living shit out of that church. Okay, absolutely sue them. They brought us into a meeting and said, look, it looks like the parents are probably going to go to the media. And so your job here, because you work for us, is to not talk to the media, basically saying if you talk to the media, we're going to fire your ass. I didn't know anything about the story. Media didn't approach me anyway, so I didn't have an opportunity to talk to the media. Okay, so it didn't actually go anywhere. But what they did, they took this and said, now Josh knew about an essay and didn't report it to the authorities, which means that person got away with it. And they know that's not true because I did a clarifying video in the end. Needless to say, this douchebag is probably one of the biggest hypocrites on YouTube of all time. So Radiant Brittany, I've been talking since like 2020, like late 2020. And I have a million messages here to go through. But basically what you have to know the history of Radiant Brittany. She was a supporter early on and I was a supporter of her. That's what you do. You get early in YouTube, you find people that you support. And to this day, my circles are closed. I'm no longer in support of people. I'll help you if you need help, but I'm not going to be like teaming up with you in the back end, you know, all that kind of stuff. The only people I'm really still teamed up with from day one is Will, Will, and Annie from 10 to Life. That is it. Everybody else is either trying to take advantage of me or use me or just turn their back on me. And so BX Beast Boy was one of the big people I teamed up with way earlier. I had like 10,000 subs. He had like 10,000. I said, let's do a video together. Now, if you know anything about BX Beast Boy, he turned his back on everybody. That's just what he did. Like, he has no friends left in this industry. He was growing super fast, and then he just decided he liked drama instead of, you know, making friends, which is fine. That's his prerogative. But he hated Radiant Brit for some reason, okay? Like, hated her. And so did a bunch of other creators early in the game. And she sent me messages after messages. BX is a coward. He will use this as an opportunity to attack you. She hated BX. Almost every message she sent me here was literally about BX and how like he hates her and she hates him so badly and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I was just trying to help her, trying to support her through that. She tells me she got fired from her job because of YouTube and they didn't like her status as a YouTuber or something like that, or something that she said, and she gets fired for that. And I said, well, then you could take them to court for that. I would support her. Right? So maybe someday I'll release all of our messages. You guys can read the support. Right? I was supporting her all the way. She hates YouTuber headlines, and that's very evident in this whole thing. YouTuber headlines and I used to have some beef. Now we don't have any beef. She can't keep living in beef. Right? But she hates YouTuber headlines. So anyway, I would support her and do all this kind of stuff. But then she turned her back on me because I started doing Gabby Petito coverage. She didn't like that, right? And that's fine. You could turn your back on me, but she didn't reach out to me before she started doing hate videos about me. Like, she didn't say, hey, what's this about? And I said, hey, look, I told her this is what is, I gave her my reasoning for doing things and how the family was, the family was thankful to the creators for bringing this to the forefront of the light. And I don't think the case is where it is without YouTubers covering it to the degree they covered it. I don't think so. I don't think the Petitos have a case like that they're taken for civil court without things that people uncovered. I honestly don't even know that her body would have been found if it didn't get as much coverage as it did on the internet. Now that's just not just for me. That's from all the people covering it, because the Red, White, and Bethunes found that car, the video where they were staying, because of the coverage. So all that to say, Radiant Brit was upset, but she was just looking for a way to turn it over. And if you look at her video counts, okay, all the videos she does of me was when she got a big spike. And so this latest video pissed me off because now she's blatantly speaking lies about me. If you're going to accuse me of covering up an essay, then you can kiss my ass, okay? Because it's not true. And my haters, like this anonymous avatar and these people out there who are just spreading lies about it, okay? That's all they have because they think it's going to be detriment. But all you have to do is call them your damn self. If you have such a big issue with it, call the church yourself. Find out for yourself. Okay? But they use this because they think it's a gotcha, but it's not. Because it wasn't my responsibility, nor did I know anything about it. And I've clarified it multiple times, but they don't give a shit. They're going to keep spreading the lies. But one thing that pissed me off about Brit, and I wasn't going to say anything, and I had this one's text message here. So I gave Sloan some information about a channel that was doing videos about him and I. Okay, and this person was YouTuber Headlines. And she made a different channel and changed her voice, and I just told him, hey, this is her, because I could change the voice and tell it was. And he got super pissed, and he made a live calling her out. Okay, that's just YouTube drama. That's kind of the way it goes, right? I think everything's kind of settled. Dust is all settled since then. And then I was telling Radiant Brit, basically, like, she's going to get out there and do all these things. And she wants to dox me because she doxed my personal email address on her channel, which she has since apologized for and blurred out, right? So I said, I'm drawing the battle lines. If what I've done is legal, then people will have to decide. But you can set on your tower of anonymity and dig into everyone else's life, right? This is early in the game, too. This is way earlier in my channel, which I didn't really understand a lot about YouTube. But I was going to like, hey, if I know who you are and you're trying to take me down or disparage my family or hurt me in some way, and I find out who you are, I'm going to tell the world who you are. And I'm still that way. If you are trying to hurt me and spread malicious and salacious lies about me, specifically about me, like murdering someone in Alaska or hiding an SA or whatever the case may be, right? If you're going to do those things, I'm going to come after you. And I will tell everybody who you are if I can find out who you are. I don't give a shit. That's fine. And I know my haters are going to love this video, but it's true. If I find out who you are, I'm going to tell everybody who you are. Anyway, so I told her that this is about YouTuber Headlines. I said I would never release any pertinent information about someone, but if I find her story, then I can tell it without telling anyone who she is. This pissed me off because she can claim victim while calling everyone else to question. And then Radiant Brit agrees with me, by the way, everybody. Okay? Yeah, it's really effed up what she's doing. I've never agreed with it. Talk shit and never show your face? Imagine, she says. People, right? This is YouTuber Headlines. Again, we've since kind of like let bygones be bygones. Anyway, it says, this is what she says. I'm with you, letting it be known you know who she is. She's probably already scared of it. Carry yourself decently online and shit like this won't happen. I really don't get it. These YouTubers are so dumb. All the shit that could be avoided, they're just better individuals. And she's asking what time to YouTube, because she wants me to take down YouTuber Headlines. This is like, she hates YouTuber Headlines and she's using me and she's like egging me on to take her down, which is fine. I don't need the egging on. I was ready. And I said, I made the video about YouTuber Headlines, and then she says, no video? And I said, no, I changed the tact. And I did. I actually have that YouTuber Headlines video just sitting in my channel, and I never released it. And it was, it was crazy. Okay. But I was like, I changed tact, meaning I don't want to give these people my attention, which I'm kind of breaking my rule right now to give Radiant Brit the attention she does so desperately wants. Okay. But at the same time, when you're going to accuse me of covering on SA, you give me no choice. I said, I struck her again. She showed my private email to the world. Because she says she showed my private email, which is doxing, whatever. And doxing isn't technically legal, but you can strike them for doing that. And then she says, see, that's the bullshit. She doxed you. This is where I don't care if you do it to her. But I'm also an eye for an eye person a lot of the time. See? She's okay with doxing. Right there. So Radiant Brit can sit on top of her high horse, shiny collarboned, shitty ass videos in her car with her sunglasses on and drive around and talk shit about me all day long, all she wants. But Radiant Brit is not the person you guys think she is, okay? And in her latest video, if you go through her comment section, because I did, it's like 90% support of me, which probably triggered Radiant Brit to have a mental breakdown, okay? We're on the same side of the fight here. But Radiant Brit is only out for Radiant Brit, okay? It got her a big shit ton of views to talk shit about me. And that's where she just landed. That's just the way this world works. And this is why my circles are closed off to other creators. They're like, you want to come on the show? No, I won't. Don't ask me. I'm not going to do it. Unless you're like way bigger than me. That's different, right? And I'm not saying that to be an elitist or whatever. I'm just not into the drama anymore. Okay, now I know that's kind of hypocritical me saying that, considering I'm egging her drama on right here. But Radiant Brit is an effing damned liar and hypocrite, okay? She only reached out to people like me because BX and YouTuber Headlines were against her, and she was using me as a hammer towards them, right? And that's fine, because we had mutual enemies. And in the end, I realized it wasn't her trying to be nice or anything like that. It was her just being like, we have mutual enemies, so I need you on my side. And then she, you know, after years of talking and supporting her and being there for her, and she had advice and she needed advice and everything else when she gets fired from her job for being a YouTuber, and me trying to be like, hey, that's not right, and help. And I hope she really, if she doesn't release it, I'll release them all. You can read the whole conversation if you want. Okay. She doesn't want you to read these conversations because it shows you who she really is. She's an opportunist who will just take, and she makes, and here's the thing. You can hate BX for what he did, right? Because that's just the way he did it, but that's how he did it. But Radiant Brit, who hates BX with all her heart, literally does the exact same thing that he does, which makes her the biggest hypocrite on YouTube. At least BX is open about his disdain for people, and then he turns his back and he doesn't like something, he'll go get that drama. At least he's open about it. She tries to keep that hidden like she's better than everybody else. She thinks she's the fucking gatekeeper of commentary. Okay? When you realize who she really is, maybe you guys will wake up and stop paying attention to pieces of shit like that. Okay? Because Radiant Brit will sit there and say, well, he makes fun of people, and in the same breath call me a pig like 100 times. Okay? Or make fun of me for something. Right? Or allow the comments in there about Josh is this, he's this bald-headed asshole, and they allow, like, you know what? You can say all you want. Just be open about it. Okay? I am open about how big of an asshole I can be to people who exploit their children, and they deserve it. Okay? I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. They deserve it and more. I'm being nice. I could be a lot more mean, and I should be a lot more mean. If there is no more room for being nice to these people. Do you understand that? They're exploiting children online, and it's getting worse. Okay, there's no room for it. And there's no room for hypocrites like Radiant Brit to sit there and say that she's better than everybody else when she does the exact same bullshit and is called out for it in the exact same way. So do yourself a favor, stop watching shiny clowns on the internet. Okay, don't give her your view, unsubscribe, and walk away, because she's a piece of shit hypocrite. And I know I'm giving her this, so she's going to make tons of videos about this, and she's going to answer that, but this is the last time I'm going to answer Radiant Brit. Okay, I know she wants it. People have been wanting it. And I just had to address it because she accused me of something which is highly, highly disgusting. Because you could ruin people's lives for lying about people being pedophiles and everything else. You could ruin people's lives for making salacious lies to pad your own pockets. You know, call me whatever you want, but I don't maliciously lie about people. I react to the content they give me. Okay? And if I'm being sued for all those things, it'll come out that I'm allowed to have a commentary. And she says, well, it's commentary. But what you just heard Radiant Brit do there is lie. Without proof or anything. She's taking proof from some of the most craziest haters you've ever seen on the internet, who know every syllable and breath I've ever taken on this channel because they watch me every single day and write down notes and everything else. She aligns herself with those people, and then aligns herself with people like APOC, who thinks, and this guy is all up in my hate threads too, talking about how I'm the worst. Just go watch the APOC video again if you guys want to see, right? Everybody, she calls me a misogynist and all this shit and everything else when videos like what APOC did exist on the internet and aligned with him because he hates me. Okay, these are the lowest forms of life on YouTube. Stop engaging with it. I know I'm being a hypocrite by saying that, but this is it. Radiant, I hope you like this video. I hope you finally get off on the attention you're getting from me, because this is the last one you're going to get. But don't make lies up about me. If you can say whatever you want and call me a pig and a bastard and everything else all day long. I don't care about that. But don't make up lies about people. Okay? Considering all the receipts I have about who you really are. And again, don't send me the videos of Radiant Brit, okay? Because I don't want to fall asleep and die. It's like taking a whole bottle of NyQuil watching her videos, okay? No thanks. I don't know how people can watch her. Even when I was supporting Radiant Brit, I would never watch her videos because holy shit, I begged her. I said I would even buy it for her. It's to buy a diffuser for her light so she didn't look like a freaking shiny fake tan beacon that you could see from space. I begged her because that's what people were coming after her for. I said, look, there's a way you can mitigate this. It's this ring that you buy that goes on it softens the light. It makes you look great. I'll buy it for you. Would you like me to buy it for you? Maybe that's what she got mad at for me. And I said, look, it's just what they're making fun of you for. You can fix it. Please don't take beauty tips from there. Okay? All right, cool. That's it. Enjoy it, Britt. I hope you like it because that's it. It's it.
But at the same time, I understood where they were coming from. Technically, I wasn't fired.
You were fired. That's church fired. Well, we're just going in a different direction. We're going to go ahead and not renew any formal paying you for job given thing. That's just church speak for you fucking fired.
But the best way to say it is that the lifestyle that I portrayed on social media wasn't what they were going for.
Yeah, she broke their rules of probably living above reproach. And this I'll agree with the church on. If you're going to be a pastor or work in ministry, your outward appearance, even if it's not true, definitely has to look like it is, right? And that's kind of sickly, icky part of religion anyway, is that church pastors and stuff often live in secret, doing weird shit in the secret and living differently on the outside, which is why some of them fall. It all becomes public at some point. But it's true. If you're going to be a pastor, you absolutely at least have to have the outward appearance that you are, or you're going to be in ministry, you have to have the outward appearance that you are godly to some degree, right? There are men that I've known in church, especially the one I just came from, who literally are that and that. So they outwardly look like that and they are that way too. Multiple men and women in ministry are good like that. There are some few that aren't, and usually the higher echelons of power.
And prior to my admin leave, I was asked to take certain things down off the internet, and I was not the creator of it, so I told them no, because I didn't feel like it was my place to ask somebody to take content down.
I don't believe what she's saying right here. Excuse me? It's your likeness. That's you. You can take away your consent anytime for you to be on a channel. Like, here's what this sounds like, and you got to read between the lines here. It's the video she did on Just Jess, probably one of the ones about the threesomes and drinking and the partying and drugs and everything else, where they're drunk in bed with the signs. Okay, it's likely that video, or probably a couple more like that, right? It sounds like either one of two things went down. She went to Jess and said, "Can you take that video down?" And Jess is going to say no, because... And I'm surprised Jess isn't taking it down, because it's got Janelle in it, it's got Rosalind in it, it's got all her ex-friends in it. That's what makes me think that's Jess saying, "F you," basically, right? Saying, no, I'm not taking it down. I don't want to be accused of like that, you know, they're right and they want me, like, if Janelle wants that down, Janelle can ask for her to take it down. Jess doesn't have to take it down, it's true, because at the time they give consent, but they can flag that shit and say, "I want this down," right? It sounds like Rosalind asked Jesssfam and Jesssfam said no. And Jesssfam is probably like, well, you don't need that job anyway. F them if they're going to tell, or convince Rosalind that the church is at fault, which to a degree they are, to say, hey, who are they to tell you what you can and can't say online, blah, 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 and probably convinced her that, no, I'm not taking it down and I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this to help you. That's probably what happened.
And at the end of the day, the content that was created that included me in it was me, and I didn't feel like I needed to be somebody else.
Yeah, it sounds like Jess convinced her of this. That's exactly, and this is when they probably were still friends. What do you mean church tell you to take down videos about talking about threesomes? Who are they? And this is Jess. You know Jess is anti-church, right? You know she's probably very, very anti anything that has to do with like religion and stuff. You know that for sure, right? Like, Jess hates that shit. And so she probably uses this an opportunity to say F you to the church, big middle finger to that church, and convince Rosalind to keep it up, or said no to Rosalind and say deal with the consequences.
So, long story short, I took a couple months off of work, and while I was off of work, you guys may have noticed, like in one of the vlogs, when I'll try to link it on here, but I took my neighbor's daughter to get her driver's license. Well, at that same time, I want to say it was in August, because I was like creating content, editing it and posting it the next day because I wasn't working, you know. But it was like August, give or take, August or September, I took her to get her driver's license. And I got my sales license for selling cars, because my brother had opened another car.
Oh my God!
On top of
Get to it!
Has already, and he had asked me if I would come work for him. And I wasn't sure if I was going to, but long story short.
No, you made the long story long.
I'm working for my brother now. My main thing is sales, but he's teaching me finance and the ins and out of basically this family business. And I have been working there since like September, give or take, a little bit after the kids went back to school. And I absolutely love it. I get to create my YouTube content while I'm working there. I get to prioritize my kids' lives if, you know, they need me at school. Or
are you saying you weren't doing that before? That's weird.
If they need me to come home early, I get to drop the kids off to school in the morning and then go to school and then go to work. I mean, granted, it's across the street, but I'm here every morning. My afternoons aren't as open because Ryan's availability allows him to be able to be present in the afternoon, versus me, I won't be getting paid if I'm
not.
Oh
my God.
At work, you know, so, and he can work.
Was she what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. Was she doing she worked in the church, so the church is paying her. And churches, especially like in States, it depends what you're doing, but it can be they can pay pretty well. Remember that church I almost worked at in Florida? They started at $107,000 to play music. That was a hard one to like walk away from, not gonna lie.
From home, so that's that. So that was like one of my most asked questions on there. So I wanted to elaborate on that. Trying to going off of memory because I did like kind of
oh my god
look through all of these and memorized it. So
just do some cutting, man.
Alright, let me go back to my pictures really quickly. My screenshots. I'm trying to do this with my years, months, all photos. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay, let's see.
Holy shit.
Where are you working now? Did you stop working at the church? That was like one of my most common questions, and I feel like I've just answered that.
Yes, you did. Stop picking your nose and stuff. Hurry up. Are you suck at this, man? I wonder nobody watches your videos.
It's okay. It's just the neighbors. It's just the neighbors. They're not here yet.
Oh my God.
They're not here yet. He's waiting for his boys to get home. They're not here yet. You lay down. I chose to sit here with you.
Dog does not understand what you're saying. Stop it.
Can't believe I'm a dog mom. Another question that was really, really repetitive to me that I just kind of want to mention, but I'm not going to elaborate on it because honestly it's not my business. When people have falling outs and that has nothing to do with me, it's not my business and I'm not going to discuss it. So we're just going to move forward from...
So they're asking her about the falling out between Janelle and everybody else and Amber and everything else with Jess. And she's like, what happened? She's like, it's not my place to discuss it because I'm not friends with Jess either. Well, and she's right. It's none of her business, but because she knows that Janelle has shit on her big time.
That, and I feel like Titus because I'm trying to figure out what is going on. But I think you have the nicest skin. Thank you.
Is that a question?
Somebody asked if I would talk about friendships.
It's all the questions you had. Stop saying, oh, there's one person who said I had good skin. That's not a question.
And it was a really nice way of saying if I would talk about friendships. And the rest of my comments were very direct. And they were talking about specific, people in my life that used to be there, that people are now noticing those people aren't there anymore, and things like that. Jesssfam. They're all just talking about Jesssfam. Not friendships, just Jesssfam. Granted, this is my platform. And I can say whatever I want. I also have to be mindful of, especially No. Especially. There's no X in the word. There's no X there. It's not especially. Also, she's like, it's my platform to say whatever I want, but I'm not going to because you can't say whatever you want because you're literally scared of what Jesssfam has on you. The amount of dirt Jesssfam has on Rosalind must be immense. And because she was in church, probably is detrimental because her husband's in church, detrimental. So she's got to be careful what she says. I'm surprised she even went this far. I also have to be mindful. Let me finish that thought. I always have to be mindful of other people's feelings and their life and how what I say on the internet is going to impact them. You're talking about Jesssfam? Like Jesssfam gives a shit about anybody else's, her impact on anybody else's life? Really? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. And the content that I create, that I put online is going to impact them, not only just today, but also in the future. And I say this with so much, what is the right word that I'm looking for? She's doing this in front of her kids sitting up in a bunk bed. Or I'm so bilingual, it's pathetic. Sometimes I can say things in Hindi, but I can't say it in English. I'm so bilingual. I'm so bilingual it hurts. What? Idiot. Say it in Hindi and then put some English subtitles. The best way that I can describe it is that I wish there wasn't stuff on the internet that I didn't put up there. Oh. That. Gosh, I can't figure out how to say this. Goodness. I wish there wasn't stuff on. I made shitty decisions with Jesssfam. I made dumb content with her because she convinced me to do it because that's who Jesssfam is. This is going to get us views. This is going to get us paid, blah, blah, blah. You were sucked into Jesssfam's circle. You were convinced to do it because Jesssfam's a type A predator person who will just literally steamroll over your shit and tell you what to do. That's it. You're a type B. She's a type A.
You were pushed and coerced into it and convinced, and you, although you're an adult and you still did it, it's on you. That's what you're trying to say here. That you're a weak, pathetic loser.
Internet about me that was personal. You know, that portrayed to other people my lifestyle when I was drinking.
So when I was drinking, I told you guys the truth. Sounds like Jess gets her friends drunk and then says, let's do this video. And it sounds like Jess had this shit planned the whole time. Come on over for some drinks, ladies. Let's get drunk. And then when they all get drunk, Jess probably is drinking like, you know, just like soda water. This is totally alcohol, though. It's alcoholic. Give me another, can I have another glass of alcohol? Thank you. And she's not drinking, but she gets them all drunk and says, let's set up the camera and do a video. Would you guys put that past Jess? Would you put it past her? I wouldn't put it past her. These girls, interesting to ask Janelle that when they go over for, if they've ever gone over for drinking and partying and ended up doing a video without them knowing they were going to do it before they got there. It'd be an interesting question.
Because as you guys see, I have a family channel and I don't cuss, but if you know me in real life, I cuss. Typically when I open alcohol, I won't vlog, or when I'm with my friends, I won't vlog because I cherish the moments that I have with them.
See?
I want to hang out with them and spend time with them. So with that being said, I don't necessarily want to put out things on the internet
when I'm drunk
about like my past friendships and stuff.
What? Okay. That's what it sounds like. She went over to get drunk with her friends that she thought were her friends, and Jesssfam said, we're making videos. Let's do this. Will be so, you know what's happening? They're starting to talk about something. You know what? This would be so good to do a video about this. Oh my God, it'd be so viral, blah, blah, blah. You know that's what happened, right? And only they know. Only Rosalind, Amber, and all the other girls know. Janelle, they know this. Have you ever gone over drinking with Jesssfam and all of a sudden it turned into let's do a vlog? If that's the case, ew, that's on level with like getting someone drunk to take advantage of them in other ways, right? Am I right? That's kind of gross. Ew. Do they get people drunk, then propose threesomes on them? This Jesssfam and Chris are predators. Okay, we know that Chris specifically is a predator because of what Janelle accused him of kissing her without her consent, making out with her, right? That's predatory behavior. Now, are they getting people to come over to the house to get drunk and then proposing them to do threesomes and taking advantage of people when they're drunk? Is that what's going on? Because, oh my gosh, if that's what's going on. Damn.
And if you read into what I'm saying,
I am.
As far as past friendships.
We are.
Compared to friendships now. I have lost friends. I think I've lost friends due to my own reasoning and my own fault, per se.
Yeah, it's your fault for being friends with Jess.
I'm a very honest person and I'm a very open person.
Oh, read between those lines. I'm very honest and open, meaning she told Jess something Jess didn't want to hear and is now out. Out of the Mean Girls clique. That's what happened there.
And if I am your friend, if you consider me your friend, and if I tell you things, I expect you not to go tell somebody else.
Oh, drama! There's some drama here. Some show. She told somebody to somebody something, that somebody went and told somebody something else. So it sounds like, not Jesssfam, she told something to, let's say, Amber or to somebody else that's in the circle. About Jess, about how she was frustrated about something, maybe about the job. Maybe she said, look, I really want to just take that video down. I felt like I was coerced into it and she won't take it down and I'm super pissed about it. She just wanted to vent. That person then went to Jess and said, oh, Rosalind's talking shit. That's what she, probably even the exact phrase was, oh man, Rosalind's talking shit. Hella shit. Hella. Right? And then Jess like, excuse me, she's talking hella shit? Oh my God, I'm going to call her right now because I hate confrontation. Right? It's probably exactly what happened. She went to one of Jesssfam, their mutual friends. That mutual friend went to Jesssfam. Jesssfam then called her and said, F you, you're out of the clique. Hella clique, out of the hella clique. You're out. That's what happened. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Look at she's saying it with her eyes. She's telling you with her eyes exactly what happened. I told somebody something that got back to Jess. Jess was pissed because how dare you ever say anything negative about me? I'm the reason you're here. Okay? Hella. Like, I'm hella the reason you started a family vlog and that you hella made some money on there. Okay? You used me in your hella videos and hella I'm the best. Hella Disney and shit.
I expect it to stay between you and I without me telling you that it's going to stay between you and I. That's just an unwritten rule. And apparently, I learned the wrong way and the hard way that I need to write these rules down and notarize it also.
No, you just, here's your problem. You're in a friend circle with Jess. So anybody who Jess is associated with becomes toxic or gets outed because they're not toxic. If you want to be friends and be in Jess's circle, you got to be a toxic bish. That's all there is to it. Jess is a toxic, disgusting person. And only proof we need is in the last, 6 months, all of her friends have left. Pretty sure Sunkiss is going to be on the outs. If Jess moves to Tennessee, what's going on with California family vloggers leaving the state? If Jess leaves the state, LeBrants are leaving the state. I'm pretty sure the Ace family is about to up and leave the state. For some reason, people who are using their kids in content are leaving California. What is going on? Something's going on. So if Jess leaves the state, something's going on. Mark my words, if she leaves the state, some shit's going to follow.
With all of that being said, I've learned some hard lessons in the last, maybe 2 years. And I just need to be mindful of how honest and open I am with people.
No, you should be able to be honest and open with people. If you're saying now, I don't want to be honest and open with people because it ruined my life because Jesssfam can't take criticism from her closest friends, then that's on Jesssfam. That's not on you. Stay being honest and open. Just find a different circle of people that aren't a bunch of dickholes, okay? You aren't developmentally arrested at 17 years old. Go find some adults to hang out with. Jesssfam's not an adult. She's an adult by age, but she's not an adult by her behavior or her maturity at all. You just found the wrong circle of people because you wanted to be in her circle. Ew. Jesssfam, how are people still friends with her? It's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing.
Because that didn't get me very far.
Your fault.
I also am a strong believer of people come in your life and they get out of your life for certain reasons. They're here for a reason. They teach you things. They come and go.
They take advantage of you and then
and the rest is just not predictable. So that's my take on my friendship. I'm not here to mention names. I'm not here to, bash on people.
We know who you're talking about.
I am going to say that I made some bad decisions as far as confiding in people. And so nosy, you want to see what my neighbors are doing and going and who's here and who's not there.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened, right? She confided somebody about Jess. Jess got wind of it and ruined shit. And has some stuff on her husband probably, like some video of them doing something silly or drunkenness and everything. She's like, if you do, I'll tell the church that he did this. And that's his job. He probably gets paid a lot of money too. That's ruined their family. So I'm surprised Rosalind's even doing this to this degree, unless she has permission from Jess to be like, look, I have got to talk about it. Can I say all this? She probably sent this video to Jess before she put it out. And Jess like, yeah, that's fine. Sounds good to me. Wouldn't put it past her.
Not really confided. I just said some things that was messy for it to be coming out of my mouth. And,
what did you say? Shit, I want to know.
It was shared and shared, and I'm sure it's continuing to be shared, but at 37, I'll be 38 next month, I don't have time for that shit.
So
I'll be honest, I don't.
So why are you part of the drama then? Don't have time for that. I hate when people I have no time for that shit, yet are that shit. Okay. I have no time for this, except I spend my time doing it.
And I'm just going to move forward.
Are you? Good luck.
Next question.
Cut this shit out!
There's so many of them.
They're all the same question. What happened to Jesssfam? What happened to Jesssfam? Jesssfam. Janelle. You hear about Amber? Blah, blah, blah.
How are you doing? I know these are just simple, basic questions, but how am I doing? That's a heavy one, you guys. I think I'm doing okay. I'm balancing work and
drama.
I fell off the face of the earth because of
drama.
Just
drama.
Trying to balance work and YouTube and kids and cooking at home and not going out to eat and everything. Learning new things at work, that was kind of stressful, just not being able to know my work as well as I did because I was employed for quite some time. Just finding balance is definitely my hardest things.
This is what happened, everybody. Okay, she's been employed at this church for a long time, probably gets paid good money, right? They're in California, so they'll probably get paid good money. Depending on the church, too. Like, if you guys showed me what church you went to, I could tell you what the salary rate's like. Anyway, so it sounds like she had a great job. Everything was good. Her husband makes, so they're making double salary from a job at a church, probably pulling at least $120,000, $160,000 a year. Plus, YouTube was making a little bit of cash, not much. She only has like 20,000 subs. And then that all went to shit because she did a video with Jess, and Jess wouldn't take it down. And it ruined that side of her. And she just said, I can't believe Jess wouldn't take that down, and said that to somebody. And that someone went to Jess and said that she was super pissed that Jess wouldn't do that. And Jess like, well, fine, F you. Because if that video is still on her channel, we now know what's going on. Yeah, there it is. She still has it up from 3 years ago. 327,000 views. It's a lot of views to have your shit out on the internet. The top comment, Janelle fidgeting with her sign during the threesome question, and now we all know her answer was a lie, because Janelle said in the video that she doesn't, and they did. Someone said, this is how much Jess has said sober. And that should tell you everything about Jess. Was she drunk in this video? Or did she get her friends drunk and then convince them to do videos? I gotta know. I gotta know.
I just like knowing what I'm doing all the time. Little girl, and I'm happy to say that.
Do you have bugs crawling on you that you don't see?
Now, do I have ups and downs? Yes. Do I wish I can change things? Yes. Am I happy all the time? No.
Stupid question. Do you regret being friends with Jess? Yes.
Anybody happy all the time? No. And that was another thing, was like somebody was asking me how's my relationship, and I didn't really think that's anybody's business, to be honest with you. Again,
So don't answer the question. Don't even say that it was asked. If nobody's business, then don't comment on it.
Very honest person. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I don't think I'm ready to share that, just because, like, I don't even know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that.
Rosalind, you are the worst poker player ever. So not only is her marriage on the rocks on the outs, her husband's got to stay in this position at the church, so he's probably got to repent and do everything else to the leadership and say, look, I didn't know she was going to go do that video. I had no idea. Apparently she was coerced, and apparently the person won't take it down. I'm trying to tell my wife to get it done, or the wife was like, no, the church can't tell, or Rosalind is saying, no, the church can't tell me what I can and can't put out there. And so he's having issues because he's got to protect his job when his family is his priority, by the way. It's guys, this is how this works, especially in ministry. It's God, wife, children, then everything else. Not your job. But a lot of these people in ministry think that that is God, that they take their job in ministry as being God. You got a family to protect, bro. So if shit's going down because of what happened here, and it sounds like that's what's going on, that's on you, bro. You need to tell the church to go pound sand. But it sounds like he doesn't have a lot going for him anyway, so probably what is he going to do next, right? But that also speaks volumes to anybody who comes in contact with Jess, seem to have their fucking life destroyed. What does that say? It either says you make bad choices, so you make bad choices in who you choose to be your friends, right? And so in the end, it's just one more bad choice in a string of bad choices that you always make. Or Jesssfam will do anything to destroy you if you have dirt on her or whatever. Or Jesssfam is just so selfish, she doesn't give a shit about you or your job or anything like that. It could be all of them, to be honest with you. Sounds like it is. But that's crazy. If she asked Jess to take it down and Jess didn't, oh my God. And in the end, if it's affecting her marriage and everything and Jess still doesn't seem to give a shit, oh my gosh. What kind of, like, I know Jess is selfish, but that's like at another level of selfishness.
Let me find another question, because I gotta filter through a whole bunch of these that are duplicates.
It's so sad that she needs to do this video because she knows she's going to get a bunch of hits on it because she wants to get money. And she feels like this is like she needs to do this. But also she needs to do this because if you don't do content on YouTube for 6 months, you get demonetized. So that could be it too.
Vacation plans for the summer. With me working, you guys, my birthday's come in life and stuff. And then the other thing is that one of my really good friends, I absolutely love working for my brother, but the fact that y'all know that information is kind of interesting. We're gonna leave it at that, okay?
And yet you're not gonna tie that to how dangerous it is to be what you're doing. You're not gonna be like, that should be a red flag being, oh my God, I'm a nobody on YouTube and people know shit about me they shouldn't know. Right there should be everything you need to know about family vlogging. Okay, they're not even a big family vlogger, they're connected to Jess. And that gets people digging into her life and learning things about her that you shouldn't know. And she's like, funny? You think that's funny? Holy shit!
I love working for him. He's actually not bragging. I'm not saying each other, you know, it's like, it's really nice to be able to just get it done in a different, like, sometimes you're just like the Maybelline ad, you know, maybe she's born with it. So, I do take care of my skin.
Stop talking about your skin.
Maybe that's my secret, but
oh my God.
Video.
So she ended up talking about her skin more. Okay, cool. Anyway, it's a very interesting video, obviously very boring because she's so terrible at this and didn't do any cuts or anything. But basically we learned a lot there, and only she knows the secrets. But I'm pretty sure Janelle will know the secrets too. Janelle will know, because Janelle was there for a lot of these types of videos. Were you guys ever at Jess's house just to drink and have a good time, and then it turned into a vlog? I need to know that. That's going to be very, very pivotal information into how this all works. Because we know that Janelle said that Jess has cameras all over that record. And so if you got into some skullduggery at Jess's house, she has video of that skullduggery. Okay? She probably has video of Chris doing what he did to Janelle, but that's been deleted, long since been deleted. Okay? Jesssfam has some shit on people. She has pictures of her like getting a BJ with a strap-on dildo from her friends, and she posts that stuff on the internet. There's receipts of Jess trying to tell a girl to go put sugar in her ex-boyfriend's gas tank and laughing it off like, just wear gloves and blah blah blah. Jesssfam is not Jessica Scooby is disgusting in almost every way as a human could possibly be. And it blows my mind that people think she's a nice person or she's good. She is one of the grossest people on the internet. Anybody who's ever in Jess's circle for any period of time tends to have a shit time afterwards. And who is at the center of all that? It's Jesssfam. The center of that universe that they all rotate around, okay, is Jesssfam. That's not a coincidence, everybody. That's Jesssfam being Jesssfam. She's like the mafia boss of like these weirdo crazy people who just want to be drunk all the time and party and I don't know, man. It's so weird. Jesssfam's life is so chaotic and weird. Bleeds into other people's lives, marriages, and jobs. That's how bad it is. That's all you need to know about this shit. One more thing on the whole damn Radiant Brit thing in this church firing situation, because her conversation did trigger me in this stuff. You can go listen yourself. So when people say Josh was fired from his church because he covered up an essay, first of all, I'd probably be in jail for that. Okay. Second, that would have been in the conversation when I was fired, which you can go hear with your own ears because I recorded it. And you can listen to it on my channel. I think it's part 6 of my Why I'm an Ex-Pastor story. You can literally hear the conversation from their mouths. The 2 pastors that fired me. You can go hear it yourself. Okay? According to them, I was not a good fit anymore, even though I helped that church grow by almost 2,000 since I'd started. So you take from it what you want. Go watch the videos yourself. But if you're going to lie about it, okay? If you're going to lie and say that shit because you need to justify your hate for me, then that's sad for you. Okay? Clearly what I'm doing on this channel is resonating. Okay? I'm at 170,000 subscribers, and thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, I'm not here without you guys. But clearly what I'm doing here is resonating and getting people on board with this message. And some people I might have lost along the way because I'm mean. I'm not going to apologize for being mean though, because you know what? I think there can be a season for meanness. Okay, if you exploit children for cash online, if you tell their stories, if you abuse them, if you treat them like shit, and you do all the terrible things you do for dollars that you put in your pocket and eventually hurt these kids' their futures, you deserve everything I say here and more. I'm actually being quite nice, being comedic about it all. Okay, but you deserve way more vitriol and hatred than I dish out on this channel. And so if you don't like that I do that here, there are other people. Mom Uncharted, she's great. Okay, TikTok Advocate, she's great. They're not mean like me, and they're doing some great things. But clearly I'm resonating. Radiant Shit has been on YouTube way longer than I have, and I've gotten to this level for some reason, right? Maybe it's because I don't put you to sleep with my voice. Could be that. Or we're funny here, or we have a great message. Maybe all the above. But I'm not going to apologize for being mean. I'm going to continue to be mean because the time for being nice is past. And that's clearly resonating with people who want to come listen. Don't blame me because you're shitty. Enjoy this. And I know she's going to make 10 videos about this. But you can make as many videos as you want, call me as many names as you want, okay? That is how YouTube works, okay? Maybe I deserve it, sure. But don't fucking lie. That's all I'm asking you to do. Because it makes you look like a shit ass when people can literally go hear for themselves what went down. Anyway, everybody take a deep breath. Glad we got that off our chest today, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being great. Thanks for being amazing. Thanks for following along these stories. And tell Jesssfam, tell anybody who wants to be friends with Jesssfam to run away to the hills. Okay? To the hills. that are alive with the sound of music, okay? Just go there. Don't be friends with Jess because it will ruin your life. Jess is a toxic, cancerous person, and everybody needs to know that by now. It seems weird that they don't. So, whatever. You guys aren't toxic and cancerous. You're beautiful and amazing, incredible and valuable. Don't you damn well fly American Airlines or Flair. Forgive yourself if you need to, and I will see you tomorrow.